Welcome back to class. This is Unit 8, Day 4, and today's discussion will be split into two separate categories, X and Y intercepts, and then there's a little note about slopes. That is on a separate video, so you'll need to watch both little videos tonight. Let's talk about X and Y intercepts right now. This is pretty easy, guys. If I have a line, like this one right here, that crosses both the y-axis and the x-axis, we can talk about the intercepts. The intercept is where it crosses the axis. So right here, this point is the y-intercept, where it crosses the y-axis. This point is the x-intercept, or where it crosses over the x-axis. And I can see right now I need to put my x and my y right there. When we discuss the x and y intercepts, we give the ordered pairs of them. So, for the y-intercept, the ordered pair is 0, 3. What does that mean? By definition of y-intercept, when this line crosses the y-axis, it's at x equals 0, right? Let's put a 0 right there. Remember, this is x equals 0. So the only way it can cross the y-axis is when it's at x equals 0, which makes the x portion of the ordered pair a 0. To find the y portion, we just count up to where it crossed the y-axis, which was at 3. So the ordered pair for the y-intercept is 0, 3. We can have the same discussion about the x-intercept. Let's move that now. Let's talk about the x-intercept. When the line crosses the x-axis, it's when y is at 0, right? I mean, we're not up here at y equals 1. We're not down here at y equals negative 1. We're right here at y equals 0. That's the only way it can cross the x-axis, is when it's at y equals 0, which makes the y portion 0. And the x portion of the the x portion of the x-intercept is where it's crossed at, over at x equals 1, 2, 3, 4. The x-intercept is then at the ordered pair 4, 0. The first thing I'm going to do is look for the y-intercept. Now the y-intercept is going to be where it crosses the y-axis, right? And we have to remember, if it's going to cross here, then this point is going to be at x equals 0. That's the only way it can cross it, when it's at x equals 0. So, since we're looking for the y-intercept for the opposite, the x, we're going to put a 0 into this equation. 3 times 0 plus 4y equals 12. Remember, that 0 is there because in order for whatever line this is to cross here, it has to cross at x equals 0. So we put x in there to find out at what y it will cross. Well, 3 times 0 is 0. So that will go away, and we're left with a one-step equation, 4y equals 12. Divide by 4 on each side to solve. Y equals 3. So the y-intercept is at y equals 3. So the ordered pair for the y-intercept is 0, 3. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look for the x-intercept, wherever this equation crosses the x-axis. And if it's going to cross here, it has to be at y equals 0. So I will put in 0 for y. 3x plus 4 times 0 equals 12. This is 0. I'm left with 3x equals 12. Divide by 3 on both sides. X equals 4. So the x-intercept for this line will be at 4, 0. put that there. We know the y-intercept is at 0, 3. So let's put the point there. 0, 3. X-intercept is at 4, 0. Let's put a point there. Now, we draw the line. And that's how we can find the x and y intercepts and draw a line from an equation. Let's do one more example of finding the x and y intercepts, and this time the equation we're going to use is y equals x plus 4. I've already got it drawn here, and I've already done the calculations, so I'm just going to step you through these so you can see what was going on. So originally we just had the equation y equals x plus 4. To figure the x-intercept where it crosses the x-axis, I need to find out when y equals 0 what the x value is. So I substituted in 0 wherever there was a y. So the equation left is 0 equals x plus 4. I subtract 4 from both sides, and the result is x equals negative 4. X equals negative 4 when y equals 0. The ordered pair for the x-intercept is negative 4, 0. In the same way, we figure the y-intercept where this line crosses the y-axis. It crosses the y-axis when x is 0. So we put in 0 for the x value. Wherever there was an x, in goes the 0. The result is y equals 4. So the ordered pair for the y-intercept is 0, 4. We marked the y-intercept at 0, 4. We mark the x-intercept at negative 4, 0. And I drew the line to connect the 2 points. And that's how I found the x and y intercept for the equation y equals x plus 4.